Hello, all the King's men. Glory be to God. Welcome to another Friday assessment. Yes. Let's get excited. Why? Because you have made it across another week. You made it up in your mindset. Come hell or high water, I'm going forward. I'm not letting no obstacles get in my way. Why? Because they're going to come. They're not going to start to coming, but it's going to do nothing but build me to be the person that I am to become. Yes, all the King's men, thank you for joining in. I bless God for you. Why? Because you have pressed, and I'm celebrating you today. I'm celebrating. This is a milestone in your life, whether you know it or not. This is a milestone. Do you know? I don't have the statistics in front of me, but do you know there are many that gave up this week? There are many that threw in the towel and said, you know what, I am going to settle. There are people settling every day. That's why I'm celebrating you, because you are pressing in spite of opposition. You are pressing in spite of everything that's coming at you. You said, I'm not defining myself. I'm not letting those obstacles, those things define me. Why? Because there are some things that are at my disposal that will allow me to press through, that will allow me to get through. So all the King's men, last time we met, we talked about the tools that are at your disposal. Do you even know the tools that you have? Or are you filling your toolbox? I want to talk about another toolbox today. I want to talk about a toolbox that was given to us a very long time ago. It's at our disposal, but many times it sits on the counter. It sits in the cabinet. It sits on the bedpost. It sits on your nightstand and it collects dust, and it's called the Bible. Do you know that is a tool for everything that you need in this life? It's so much wisdom, it's so much guidance, it's so much knowledge that's in that book. That's what I know. I know people call it. They put some words behind the acronym basic instructions before leaving Earth. There is some basic instructions. I have to agree with that part. Why would I say that? Because I could easily go to, and it's one of the verses, the vision that all the King's men is founded on. And it's Joshua 1:8. He told the man of God, he said, look, you are now the leader. Moses is gone. It's now time for you to come forward. He said, look, follow all the words, the book of the law, all the commands, everything Moses told you. He said, if you follow all of this, you will experience good success. So it got me to thinking. So if God is telling Joshua, he's already told him where he's going. So that means you know where you're going. So he told Joshua, said, look, I've already told you where you're going. But look, there's going to be some opposition that you're going to run up against. The people, you already know what you're dealing with. But if you follow my commands, if you do what I'm telling you to do, he said, you have good success. That meant that there was something at his disposal. There was something in the law that he was not to do. There was some things in that had been written that Moses had even taught him. There was some things that he learned up under Moses that was at his disposal. So what am I telling you today? The Bible, it has so many things at your disposal. If God said he will perfect the things that concerneth you, that means that you go to look in the word, and the word said you're more than a conqueror. The word said all things going to work together for the good of those that love God and are called according to his purpose. You said you're all the King's men. That word governs your life. Think about this. You go over there to Ephesians 6. It tells you the things that you need to do to even guard yourself from the tricks of the enemy. Why is that? So why is Ephesians 6 so important for you as all the King's men, especially as a man of God? Why? Because the world wants you to undermine yourself. The world wants you to tell dirty tricks, dirty jokes. The world wants you to laugh at everything. The world wants you to identify with it. And then when you don't identify with it, it's going to see how it can trick you and trip you up and say, see, I told you so. That's why all the King's men, I know you may fail, but get back up. You got to press. You got to follow all the commands, because there are some instructions that are at your disposal. And if you follow the instructions, you have good success. That's why it's so important when you write the vision and you make it plain. That's what the word said. Write the vision, make it plain. So that's how it is when you're writing the vision for some things that you want to accomplish in your life. You said, okay, I'm not experiencing the success. Why am I not experiencing this success? It's because I'm not following the commands. I'm not following the law. I'm not following the instructions. Yes, I'm urging you. I'm calling you today to press forward. Get rid of the noise. Because do you know noise is nothing but distractions? The noise is nothing but distractions. Get you to look to the left and look to the right. And every time you look, you get off track and you find yourself 5-10 steps back. That's what the enemy wants, because as you look into your left and to your right, the enemy is punching you with body blows. And you're wondering why. It's because you took your eye off the prize. You got to be like Paul said, look, I ain't worried about that stuff over there behind me to the left or to the right. I'm going forward. I need to lay hold of the thing that's apprehended of me. He said, I ain't yet laid hold of the thing that's apprehended me. He said, I'm pressing forward to the mark of the prize of the higher calling. Why? He was single-minded. He was focused. It's time for you to refocus. Go back in your toolbox. Go back in that Bible, it's your toolbox, and refocus. Meditate upon what that word says. Meditate upon it. Speak it. Speak it until you believe it. Reason why I say speak it until you believe it, because you are speaking spirits. God has put everything inside of you that you need for this life. Oh man, oh my God, that's revelation right there. We talk about God's word is a toolbox. The Bible is a toolbox. God put a toolbox on inside of you. Why? Because he put everything on inside of you that you need for this life. Now you get that word on top of everything that he put on you. Then you really got an explosion. Look, that's going to be your word for this week. Explosion, 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 explosion. It's time to get that word. Put that word on the giftings and talents and callings that's on inside of you, and it's time to explode. All the King's men, I thank you for joining in. I thank you for taking time out of your busy day, your busy week to stop by. So I ask you the like, drop a comment, let me know what's going on. Let me know what you like to hear. Let me know if you need some prayers. I will pray for you and with you, all the King's men. So I thank you for joining in this week. I pray that you have a blessed day, blessed weekend, and a blessed week to come. Until next time, be blessed.